Ethiopia may be closer than ever to redefining its connection to the sea. For decades, the country has relied almost entirely on the Djibouti corridor. It is the lifeline for trade, imports, fuel, and containers. But in recent weeks, new internal planning documents and government discussions have pointed to something bigger, something strategic, and something that could change Ethiopia's economic future: a multi-route railway strategy for 2025. In this analysis, we will unpack these emerging plans, the regional impact, and what this could mean for the Horn of Africa. If you are new here, remember to subscribe for more deep regional reports and analysis. Ethiopia's main issue is simple. 95% of its import and export traffic passes through one narrow channel, the Djibouti port. This dependency has always been risky. Any disruption, political friction, or rising port fees immediately hurts Ethiopia's economy. And with more than 120 million people and rising demand, the country cannot afford to rely on only one door to the world. This is where the new 2025 railway concept comes in. Leaked planning proposals and recent speeches indicate that Ethiopia is quietly exploring a strategy with 3 or even 4 railway directions. Not just one, not just Djibouti. A full regional network. The first direction is upgrading and expanding the current Addis Djibouti electric railway. Officials see it as the fastest way to increase capacity, reduce congestion, and lower transport costs. It is already built, already functioning, and simply needs reinvestment. Strengthening this line would immediately boost Ethiopia's trade efficiency. The second direction is toward Somaliland. The idea of connecting Ethiopia's railway to Berbera has been discussed for years. But what makes 2025 different is the level of seriousness. Corridor studies, political signals, and private investors are showing renewed interest. A railway to Berbera would give Ethiopia an alternative port with high potential and lower congestion. It would also strengthen economic integration with Somaliland, an area Horn Daily has always supported. The third direction points south. Ethiopia and Kenya are preparing further integration of the Lamu Port South Sudan-Ethiopia Transport Corridor. A future rail link from Addis to Moyale, then to Lamu, would open a new trade gate to the Indian Ocean. This corridor is attractive because it allows Ethiopia to diversify beyond the Red Sea and share economic growth with Kenya. The fourth direction is still in early conversation. Some officials have floated the possibility of exploring a western or northern connection toward Sudan, or even Eritrea, if political conditions shift in the future. For now, this idea is more distant, but it shows Ethiopia's long-term vision: multiple routes, not a single dependency. So, why now? Why is Ethiopia suddenly pushing these ideas forward? The answer is pressure. Transport costs have risen sharply. Djibouti is congested. Ethiopia's import needs are growing fast. And the entire region is becoming more competitive. Kenya is upgrading ports. Somaliland is expanding Berbera. Gulf states are investing across the Red Sea. Ethiopia cannot stay still. If 2025 becomes the year when rail decisions are finalized, the impact will be enormous. Ethiopia could reduce shipping costs, attract new factories, increase exports, and stabilize fuel supply. And the Horn of Africa could see the beginning of a new integration era, where rail lines connect economies instead of isolating them. Of course, there are risks. Financing a major railway project is expensive. Political stability is necessary. Cross-border cooperation must remain strong. And each corridor comes with its own challenges. Djibouti's expansion requires negotiation. Somaliland's line needs recognition and security guarantees. Kenya's corridor needs coordination. But even with these challenges, the logic is clear. Ethiopia wants options. And for the first time in years, The country seems willing to build multiple strategic routes simultaneously. This is not just about transport. It is about sovereignty, power, and the ability to shape the future of the Horn. As these 2025 plans continue developing, the question becomes unavoidable. Which corridor will Ethiopia choose first? Or will the country surprise everyone by launching several routes at once, creating a new regional rail network that shifts the entire balance of trade? What happens next will define the future of the Horn of Africa. Subscribe for more analysis and updates as the story unfolds.